Hello, welcome back to another episode. My name is Tizon, and thank you for joining me. Since last episode where I made this mob farm, I have been doing a lot of XP farming, enchanting my tools, combining tools, and I've got a really good set of gear now. My diamond armor, pretty much protection 4, and I'm breaking on everything. My diamond sword is pretty good. Diamond pickaxe, I did get a silk touch pick as well. I got a good diamond axe, good diamond shovel, a good bow now. So I'm pretty well geared out at this point. And this mob farm has been really useful. And now that I have looting on my sword, I'm getting a ton of drops through here, which is why on the sides here, I have created these areas for storage. On this side, I have chests, so for gunpowder, bones, this is arrows, rotten flesh, and then random stuff like from witches. That's stuff that does not drop very often. Mob heads. On this side, I have all armor and tools, bows, that kind of stuff that drops. So the idea is for copper golems to come here and sort my items. These would be copper chests, and I only have 10 chests here, so it should still work with their AI to, as these fill up, they can help me empty it so I don't have to constantly empty it. The main thing I will have to empty out is the bows and armor and stuff, which I might have a system here. Maybe one of these chests I'll change, maybe only have one rotten flesh chest, and just work it out whichever chest they check last. I'd have to check with their AI. I'm not really sure. Maybe have that one just drain with hoppers. Also, why I have this portal covered is also kind of in preparation for the copper golems, so that way they don't walk through my portal. As you can see, I set up an enchanting setup here as well, which is where I did most of this enchanting. But my plan for today is beat the game, like defeat the Ender Dragon. So with all this much better gear now, I think I'm better prepared to take on the Nether Fortress, take on the Nether. So I'm going to go to the Nether now, Nether Fortress, farm a bunch of blaze rods, and go to the Warp Forest to farm a bunch of Endermen. And with this looting sword, it should be really quick, really easy to get those kind of things. And then with my good bow, I should be able to defeat the Ender Dragon, just to unlock those later game things. And especially shulker boxes would be really nice to have. So that is my goal for today. Not a lot of building, just advance in the game, get more towards the end game. So we will get right to it. So I'm experimenting with something here, just speeding up the footage to kind of show the progression and all the mobs I fought as I went through the Nether Fortress. Just see how this works. So things are going very well. I found a lot of loot, killed a bunch of blazes, wither skeletons. I was looking for a blaze spawner, but I had not found it yet. Killed some magma cubes. Then over here, things went wrong. Right there. With the sweeping edge effect of the sword, I hit the pigmen, and then I was running for my life. Down to half a heart. It was a very scary moment. But I managed to get away and block myself in, heal up, and then killed all the pigmen that came after me. I was really worried that this was gonna affect the rest of the time here, but once I came back out, I didn't see any other pigmen that were mad again, which was really nice. And then I found this blaze spawner here. Farmed the blazes for a few minutes. And then once I had enough, I headed out, left the Nether Fortress, and found I believe it's called the Warped Forest. Just killing a bunch of the Endermen. Now here's where I realized I had a problem with my sword because it has fire aspect, which is great for cows, but not so great for Endermen because as you hit them with the sword, then they're on fire and they keep teleporting around and you can't hit them and get the looting effect properly. So I was trying to hit them with an axe and a shovel to get them lower health first and then finish them off with the sword. It didn't always work out, but I was trying. I have just returned from my nether trip. With the help of the looting sword, I caught almost a stack of blaze rods, quite a few ender pearls, and magma cream, which I don't need directly now, but it is nice to have. So one thing I want to do before start heading to the stronghold, now that I have these, I'm going to first make an ender chest. This will be very helpful. I'll keep it in my bundle with my other utilities like stonecutter and crafting table. Alright, let's see where this first Eye of Ender takes us. Oh, stronghold is that way. Oh, and it broke the first one. So I'm going to follow these and we'll get to the stronghold. So I rode my horse towards the stronghold. It was going well in the plains. In the forest, not so much. It's very difficult to navigate through the forest with a horse, but I managed it. The horse was helpful. And then I found a taiga biome, which is way closer than I thought there was one, because I had built another portal and I had to build it pretty far. So this one seems quite a lot closer. Anyways, I threw the Eyes of Ender, triangulated the location of where I thought the stronghold looked like it was. It never went straight down, but I found it anyway. I just found the end portal. Whoa. And from the looks of it, it needs all 12. I only have 10 left. I think back at the base, I left 2 ender pearls that I did not convert into Eyes of Ender. So I could go back and get those and then be able to do this. But man, usually they have at least a few filled in. But wow, nothing. For now, I will fill these in. Kind of set up stuff here. I'll probably set up a bed for a respawn point, get things ready to actually go in and fight the Ender Dragon. And I need to go back to get those last 2 Eyes of Ender, and then we can fill this in and get going. I got the last 2 Eyes of Ender. I also set up another portal there, which later on I'll link up to the nether roof so I can get back here more easily. But here we go. Here we go. Okay, we're starting down underground. all the XP, and there we go. And there we go, all done. Right now, I will probably link up this portal to the nether roof so I can get back and forth more easily. Oh, I did look at an enderman. He's mad. I better get out of here before he teleports up here. But I got ready. I got my nether portal hooked up to the stronghold. Got a bunch of arrows, rockets for when I find elytra. But for now, I'm going to get out of here. That's a lot of endermen in one location. They're all like clustered in that one tiny area. I don't know why. I'm going to go start exploring and find an end city. This is the worst part of being in the end before you get wings. Having to bridge over the... That makes me nervous when my shield does that. But it's the worst part, having to bridge out over the void. You don't have wings to get to the other islands. It's the most nerve-wracking thing. I hate it so much. Okay, that should be close enough. Careful not to look at any endermen. Whoa, actually that was just barely close enough. Ow. I found the first end city. It actually didn't take that long, which is really good. Sometimes you have to search for a long time before you find your first one. And looking at it, it doesn't look that big, but it does have a ship, which will give me wings, which will change everything about exploring out here. First shulker shells. I do have the data pack on that gives double shulker shells when you kill them, because normally they can only drop one. And he teleported away. Okay. Oh, it's one of these rooms. Perfect, he didn't hit me. And there we go. Our first elytra. Here we go. Oh yeah. So much easier. Okay, I'm gonna go try to find a few more end cities and just get a bunch more shulker shells to make more shulker boxes. I already made some and put them in my ender chest, but I want to get some more because those will be extremely useful. I have finished end raiding for now. I found about 3 more end cities, and I was looking for one of these gateways, and I finally found it. So I'm gonna head back, and I have 2 stacks of shulker shells right here, which will give me 64 shulkers, but I also already have 8 shulker boxes made in my ender chest, so coming away with 72 shulker boxes, which is really good. A lot of other armor and loot and stuff from the end cities as well. And then for today, I have one last project I would like to do. I would like to make a sugarcane farm, because next episode I plan to make a villager trading hall, villager breeder. But the main reason I want it is to get mending, because I got good tools now, but they're breaking down pretty quick, even with Unbreaking 3. I've taken a lot of damage today, so I want the mending books from the villagers. But today I'd like to just make a simple sugarcane farm just to start the sugarcane production, because paper will be very useful for trading with the villagers. I'll see you guys in a bit once I have some materials together, and I'll show you what we're going to do. I've been collecting materials for a little while, and this is where I'm going to put the sugarcane farm, down here in the basement of the tower. It'll probably be the first of a few kind of just basement farms. Things that I'll stick down here because they don't have to be pretty, they just have to get the job done. I'm not going to decorate them too much. They're just going to be in the basement producing the resources that I need. And this shulker box is the materials I need for the sugarcane farm. I've already kind of outlined the area. It'll be this tall and then that wide. So kind of 10 by 10 area. And the design is by Tango Tech. I was looking at sugarcane farms and his just seemed the best and most compact and efficient. So I will be building his style of farm and putting it right here in the basement so it can start producing. So we'll get right to it. Finished making the sugarcane farm. I did make a slight miscalculation in like the height. I had originally planned only to make these 2 layers, but they were smaller than I thought, so I had enough space from what I had dug out, so I just built a 3rd layer even though I hadn't planned it. It's already been producing a bit. We already got 4 stacks, you can see. Some of it was while I was still building it, I was collecting it, I just put it in here. It's working pretty good. This will be really good for a lot of things, especially villager trading, as I attempt to do that in the future. A creeper did explode while I was building. I just came up to this first floor here. Whoops. I'm scared there's going to be a creeper now. Because I don't have a front door. I was using the stone cutter here, and a creeper just came in behind me and exploded. But it was relatively easy to repair, again, because I have the data pack where if creepers explode, they don't destroy any of the items from the blocks that they blow up. So everything was still here, I could just replace it, rather than having to go around and find every little block again. But that will do it for today. We did get quite a lot accomplished as far as the progression of the game, but thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.